Hey everyone, Mike here with a long anticipated video. I want to talk about this new wood stove I installed in my garage. When I say longly anticipated, I mean I installed this bad boy back in September last year. And I've had so much crap piled up in here. I haven't had a chance to burn. But as you can see, I've cleared some things out, taken some things out in the basement. And so this is the stove. Fully operational. This is my second burn. Wanted to do one or two burns first just to make sure everything is good. And what I can tell you right now is there's a pretty nasty stank coming from the stovepipe. This is brand new Duratech 6-inch double wall. And I actually got a half off Home Depot. I can tell you what, if you're burning stovepipe for the first time, it will stink. It stinks. And I've been having to, open up my garage doors periodically. It kind of sucks because I can't trap any heat, but I guess that's pretty common. As far as the stove, this is a stove I picked up for free. My same buddy who tipped me off on that stovepipe, his uncle is giving away this Shenandoah heater. This is a heater, comes a couple different models. There's the wood model here, and then there's another model you can burn coal in. But I can tell you that they don't make these anymore. It's nothing pretty to look at, but I'll tell you what, it gets the job done. And it's pretty unique in the sense that it doesn't really have a flue, but it does have this temperature gauge that as you open or close it, there's a little panel in there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can. Hold on. As I turn it, you can kind of see it opening in there. That's the flue. It's letting air in. And then close it down. Closes it out. Works pretty good. When I first got this thing was just caked in rust. And you can see there's rust on top still. I have still a lot of cleaning to do. But I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to slap some paste on it. Or some paint. Or polish, I guess. But for now, this is what I got. So yeah, so far I'm very pleased. As you can see, I put it on a couple landscaping bricks. Not the most glamorous, but it gets the job done. And again, I'm sitting on cement here in my garage. I don't have a lot of combustible issues. This specific stove calls for a 3-foot clearance from combustibles now. The way I installed the stove, I couldn't do it 3 feet away. It's about 26 inches. So by code, you got to install a piece of sheet metal. That also comes with a 1-inch non-combustible spacer between the wall and the sheet metal. So I got that. And tell you what, I've been burned for about an hour now, and this thing isn't even remotely hot yet. So is what it is. Had to get insured, and that's what the insurance called for. So yeah, I got the 6-inch double wall. A lot safer, more insulated compared to single. And as you can see, my garage is pretty tall. It's about 16 feet. So it's quite a bit of pipe I had to put in. You'll see this is Duratech. You'll see the adapter, that ring, on the trim piece. That obviously goes into my attic. And from there, I have a couple 6-foot galvanized chimney pipe coming out the roof. And what else? Let's open this bad boy up. Let me just open the flue here. Alright. Open that guy. Let's pop her open. And this is my favorite part. You'll get just to see the size of the firebox of this bad boy. I mean, this thing's got an appetite. This thing is an absolute beast. If I'm smart, I'll put my welding gloves on here. So, as you can see, I mean, it says you can burn up to 26-inch logs, and I know you can burn more, even bigger, because I put bigger ones in there. But, I mean, this thing is just a monster. Assuming that flap is kind of keep the smoke under control. But it also has a ash tray underneath. And there's a grate in there that you can shift it around as a knob you shift it, and it kind of helps sift the ash down to that tray. But man, this thing is just, I love it. And the best part about this is when I picked this up, I was worried I have to get 2, 3, 4 guys to lift this thing. It was me, one other guy. This thing maybe weighs 200-300 pounds. I mean, it's not thick cast iron walls. It's just steel. I think this top here is a piece of thick iron, but these walls are not thick, and so it's very light. You know, I could put it on a dolly, move it around my garage. I installed the thing by myself. Well, I positioned the stove by myself. Shout out to my buddy John, who came over and helped me install it, the chimney pipe and everything. Wasn't an easy job since the pitch of my garage was steep. It was interesting. One thing I had to do when I got it, I had to pull out the gasket. Gasket rope is pretty nasty, so I just put this new gasket rope in. Actually, they had doubled it up because I miscalculated the size of it, so I had to put 2 layers of 1/2-inch gasket. Seems to work fine. But man, look at that thing. That's just beautiful. That is a beautiful sight. Fire bricks are in great shape. You know, I did burn a couple test burns out in my driveway before bringing it in, just make sure there's no holes or anything, you know, compromised with the outside shell of this. There isn't. Everything's in great shape. I did have to blast this thing with a wheel grinder to get some of this rust off. But it's a work in progress. Eventually, like I said, I'm going to be putting polish on this bad boy to make it nice and clean looking. But so far, so good. I'm really hoping that this nasty stink will eventually dissipate. From everything I read online, it does. That's pretty common. But man, it's just, you don't want to be breathing that shit in. It is toxic. So I've been periodically cracking my door in here. But yeah, in order to install this, I had to do a lot of research. Called the local fireplace store, Fireside Hearth and Home here in Brighton, Michigan. They did a great job coming out, just kind of set me up with the right parts, give me a list of everything I needed. If you plan on ordering any accessories, parts for your wood stove, the best place to go, it's not Amazon, it's not Home Depot, it's NorthlineExpress.com. They by far have the best prices on anything to do with stovepipe or just stoves in general. And honestly, they have anything you could want as far as like cooking stoves, accessories, camping, you name it. That place is awesome. NorthlineExpress.com. And if you do some hunting online, sometimes you can find discount codes that apply to, you know, $50, $100, $200 purchases. So that's what I would recommend doing. But yeah, I am really stoked about this. Did a lot of research online on YouTube. Found some great stuff from people out there, so I figured I'd return the favor and hopefully give some information that you guys can find useful if you're going to install your wood stove. But feel free to drop a comment, any suggestions. If anybody out there has experienced this with new wood stove piping, just the nasty toxic stank, if you could maybe just let me know. Hopefully it's common and it's not going to be lasting too long, because I can't be sitting in here with the doors closed with this stuff pumping in here. So anyways, appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to wrap it up this time, and thinking about going in my attic and showing you how my setup is in the attic, how I installed the galvanized chimney pipe to the stove pipe and everything came into place. But that's it for now. Appreciate everybody watching. Yeah, like I said, feel free to drop a comment. Take care, everybody.